Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. This is the third chapter of Teaching of English. Unit number 3, Methods of Teaching English. In this chapter, we will learn about the different methods of teaching English. After completing this chapter, students will be able to understand the different ways of teaching English, and they can explain modern methods and approaches in the teaching of English. First of all, we will see the difference between different terms: approach, design, method, and technique. What is approach? It defines assumptions, beliefs, and theories about the nature of language and language learning. Approach is axiomatic, while design specifies the relationship of these theories to classroom materials and activities. Procedure: these are the techniques and practices that are derived from one's approach and design. Next, method: the level at which the theory is put into practice. It's an overall plan for orderly presentation of language material that is based upon the selected approach. Method is procedural. While technique: the level at which classroom procedures are described. Technique is the implementation. Now, grammar translation method, GTM. The grammar translation method of foreign and second language technique, which owes its name to its making use of translation and grammar study as the main teaching and learning activities, is one of the most traditional methods. It is also called the classical method, since it was first used in the teaching of the classical languages Latin and Greek in 1988. Now, the definition of the grammar translation method. Grammar translation method is a way of studying a language that approaches the language first through detailed analysis of its grammar rules, followed by the application of this knowledge through the task of translating sentences and text into and out of the target language. The grammar translation method is a method of foreign or second language teaching which uses translation and grammar study as the main teaching and learning activities. The history of grammar translation method. It is the oldest method of teaching. The grammar translation method is a foreign language teaching method. It is derived from the classical, sometimes it is called traditional method of teaching Greek and Latin. This method has been used from the classical times to translate classical languages, Latin and Greek. It has been called classical method. Now, what are the objectives of grammar translation method? The main objectives of the grammar translation method include to read literature into target language. The ultimate objectives of the method is to be able to read and understand written target language literature through the study of the grammar of the target language. Vocabulary and grammar are emphasized in this method. Vocabulary selection is based solely on the reading text used, and words are taught through bilingual word lists. Dictionary study and memorization are the part of this method. The sentence is the basic unit of teaching and language practice. Accuracy in this method is emphasized. Grammar is taught deductively. That is, students are given grammar rules and examples and are told to memorize them, and then asked to apply these rules to other examples or to learn the target language. The student's native language is the medium of instruction. The student's native language is used to translate the target language. It enables the learner to read literature written in the target language. It enables them to translate from one language to another. It developed reading and writing skills, developed mind. It was thought that foreign language learning would help students grow intellectually. Language learning is a mental exercise. Learning a foreign language is a good mental exercise for students. The ability to communicate in the target language is not a goal of foreign language instruction in this method. Hence, the emphasis on reading and writing rather than on listening and speaking. Here are some characteristics of grammar translation method. This method focuses on learning the rules of grammar and their application in translating passages from one language into the other. Grammar is taught with extensive and elaborating explanations provided in the native language and only later applied in the production of sentences through translation from one language to the other. For example, do you have my book? इसे हम अगर अपनी नेटिव लैंग्वेज में चेंज करें तो हम इसे उर्दू में बोलेंगे कि क्या तुम्हारे पास कोई किताब है. आई डोंट नो वेयर योर बुक इज. मैं नहीं जानती तुम्हारी किताब कहाँ है. एक अपनी नेटिव लैंग्वेज को हम यूज़ करते हैं ग्रामर ट्रांसलेशन मेथड में रूल्स को, ग्रामेटिकल रूल्स को समझने के लिए, सीखने के लिए नेटिव लैंग्वेज का सहारा लिया जाता है. टारगेट लैंग्वेज को ट्रांसलेट करने के लिए और समझने और सीखने के लिए ग्रामर ट्रांसलेशन मेथड में नेटिव लैंग्वेज का, स्टूडेंट और लर्नर की नेटिव लैंग्वेज को यूज़ किया जाता है. इस मेथड में ट्रांसलेशन के ज़रिए ग्रामेटिकल रूल्स और टारगेट लैंग्वेज को सीखा जाता है और ट्रांसलेशन हम नेटिव लैंग्वेज में लर्नर की नेटिव लैंग्वेज को यूज़ करते हैं ट्रांसलेट करने के लिए. फॉर एग्जांपल, यहाँ पर हम टारगेट लैंग्वेज इंग्लिश को लेते हैं और हमारी नेटिव लैंग्वेज उर्दू है, तो हम ग्रामेटिकल रूल्स को सीखने के लिए उर्दू का सहारा लेंगे. उर्दू में ट्रांसलेट करके हम इंग्लिश यानी अपनी टारगेट लैंग्वेज को, उसे ग्रामेटिकल रूल्स को सीखेंगे. Now some are advantages of grammar translation method here are discussed. The first language is maintained as the reference system in the learning of the second language. Comparison between two languages helps student to have a better understanding of the sentence meaning. जब स्टूडेंट अपनी नेटिव लैंग्वेज का सहारा लेते हुए टारगेट लैंग्वेज को सीखता है तो उसकी अंडरस्टैंडिंग ज़्यादा बेटर होती है. ये इसका एक एडवांटेज है. Systematic study of grammatical rules plays an important role in fostering students' ability of reading and grammar. The focus on understanding literary text, फोकस हमारा और एम्फोसिस जो है वो ज़्यादा अंडरस्टैंडिंग पे होता है क्योंकि नेटिव लैंग्वेज में, मदर टंग में हम ज़्यादा इजीली कॉन्सेप्ट्स को अंडरस्टैंड कर पाते हैं. Makes few demands on teachers, although it often creates frustration for students. Translation is the easiest way of explaining meanings or words and phrases from one language into another. Teacher and students are easily can communicate. It does not need native language. Disadvantages of grammar translation method. This method gives overemphasis on translation, can never emancipate the learners from dependence on the first language. The grammar translation method puts too much emphasis on reading and writing and neglects other language learning skills that are listening and speaking. In this method, the texts are mostly taken from literary works, from textbooks. The language learned often does not meet the practical needs of the learners. So, memorizing grammar rules and bilingual word lists does not motivate students to actively communicate in the target language. It does not encourage the student to use their creative skills and brainstorming in this method. no scope for effective communication, and very tedious for learner. Direct translation is widely regarded as an inefficient way of becoming fluent in any language. The next one is direct method. First of all, the background of direct method. The direct method of teaching was developed as in the reaction to the grammar translation method. The language teaching expert F. Goin and other reformers tried to create a method based on the insights drawn from the observation of the child language learning. Direct method was developed by Maximilian towards the end of the 19th century in Europe. For economic development, the communication among nations become more frequent. Use the natural way to communicate like a baby learning its mother tongue. Direct method is named direct because meaning should be connected directly with the target language without translation into native language. The direct method aims to provide language learners with a practically useful knowledge of language, knowing a language is being able to speak it. It is a method of teaching language directly, establishing a direct or immediate association between experience and expression, between the English word, phrase or idiom and its meaning through demonstration, dramatization without the use of mother tongue. इस मेथड में नेटिव लैंग्वेज का सहारा लिए बिना, मदर टंग का सहारा लिए बिना हम डायरेक्ट ऑब्जर्वेशंस के साथ, विजुअल्स के साथ, डिमॉन्स्ट्रेशंस के साथ और एक्शंस के साथ वर्ड्स को, लैंग्वेज को एसोसिएट करके लैंग्वेज जो है टारगेट लैंग्वेज वो स्टूडेंट्स को सिखाते हैं. फॉर एग्जांपल, अगर एक स्टूडेंट को वॉच का कॉन्सेप्ट देना है या वॉल क्लॉक का कॉन्सेप्ट देना है तो वर्ड के साथ उसे उस चीज़ के पिक्चर या वो चीज़ शो कर दी जाएगी जिसकी वजह से वो कॉन्सेप्ट, उसका मीनिंग और उसकी अंडरस्टैंडिंग स्टूडेंट के माइंड में क्लियर हो जाएगी. Now here are some principles of direct method. Classroom instruction is conducted in the target language, no translation or demonstration. Only everyday vocabulary are used in this method. Vocabulary is taught through pictures and objects. Different pictures and objects are used for the purpose of teaching vocabulary in this method. Grammar is taught inductively rather than deductively. Like in the grammar translation method, we learn grammar deductively. But in this method, grammar is taught inductively. Students are encouraged to think in the target language. Speaking is taught first before reading or writing. Translation is completely banished from any classroom activity. Classroom activities are carried out only in the target language. Classroom instruction was conducted in the target language. There was an inductive approach to grammar. Only everyday vocabulary was taught. Concrete vocabulary was taught through pictures and objects, while abstract vocabulary was taught by association of ideas. The learner was actively involved in this method in using the language in realistic everyday situations. New teaching points were taught through practice. Students were encouraged to think in the target language. Speaking was taught first before reading or writing. Grammar was taught inductively. The syllabus was based on situations or topics. Classroom activities was carried out only in the target language. It put emphasis on concrete pronunciation and grammar. Both speech and listening comprehension were taught. Not memorization are allowed in this method, but production. The teacher and the students are more like partners in the teaching learning process. The student's role in direct method is the active learner. They take active participation in learning the language. through their actions and demonstrations. The students are also the observer and practitioners. Teacher is the only demonstrator and facilitator. He or she never translates but demonstrates the meaning through the use of pictures, different images, graphs, and objects. Different techniques can be used for teaching through direct method. Teacher can use reading aloud technique. She can read loudly by herself. Question and answer technique can be used for this purpose. Question answer sessions can be used for teach the target language. Getting students to self-correct, give them opportunity and make them involved in the different activities to learn by doing. Conversation practices are made. Fill in the blanks, dictation, mind mapping, drawing, and paragraph writing are used in this method for teaching the target language. Here are some advantages of direct method. In this method, they are quick at understanding spoken English. They can converse English so easy because it teaches the second foreign language in the same way as one learns one's mother tongue. There are no gap or difference with active and passive vocabularies. This sound principles of education. Learners have an active role. Learning is contextualized rather than memorized. It follows the natural order in which a child learns, that is listening, speaking, reading and writing. It lays great emphasis on speaking, the most important skill for many learners, and avoids the unnatural block of translation in the communication process. Here are also some disadvantages of direct method. Second language should be learned without pay attention first language. Difficult in language learning process. Compare learning of second language. There is a little systematic structural practice. Learners run the risk of inducing incorrect rules. The method can be effectively used only by the teachers who are native speakers and who are the experts of the language. The learner is confronted with unstructured situations. A great deal of teacher energy is required.